Okay. Welcome back. You're listening to Five Picks and a Check featuring El Gato, the podcast that gives you five NFL picks for people who love football and friendly wagering. Hey, today our special guest is Henry. Thanks for being with us, Henry.
Hey, glad to be here. Thanks, guys.
Can't
Mhm.
believe it. We're talking wild card weekend. It's going to be exciting. Some good
Man,
football.
right? We finally get to this point where the season played out. The teams that performed, right, are in the playoffs, obviously. We had a few surprises. The Bears, right? Who we thought the Bears would make it? I certainly didn't. Patriots,
No Chiefs?
yep.
Panthers, can you
No
imagine how?
Chiefs,
Panthers,
and the Panthers. But to Henry's point, no Chiefs, which
yeah,
is wow.
surprising.
And no Lions. That's
Yeah,
surprising too.
Lions? No Ravens?
yeah. That
No
was a
Cowboys?
heartbreaker.
No Cowboys? Can
Oh,
y'all
come
believe
on.
that? Come on.
Come on. Come on. Hey, before we go into our picks, I just wanted to give our stats for last week, El Gato. Last week I had four wins, one loss. I'm at 51 wins, 36 losses, three ties. I'm at 59%. You went three wins, two losses. You're at 43 wins, 46 losses, one tie. You're at 48%. Yeah, so you still have time, El Gato. We got time. We got
Still have
time.
time to cross the Mendoza line of 50%. So maybe here I'll get on a nice run for the next 3 weeks. And
Yeah, you will. Hey, let's see, guys. Hey, my first pick this week is going to be Packers at Bears. Uh, I'm going with the Bears. They're getting 1 point. Packers have lost five out of the six games to end the season and have had trouble stopping the run on defense. Bears can run the ball. They have the third ranked rushing offense and are 6-2 at home. Caleb Williams has gained some confidence. We've seen it as the
yeah,
season has progressed. So I'm going with the Bears +1. I think they're going to pull off a win. This is the third time that they've played each other in 5 weeks. That's crazy, right?
it's a
That's
lot of,
crazy.
yeah,
But the
They
first
they
two,
should know each other.
yeah.
Yep. Hey, Henry, what are your thoughts on my pick?
No, you hit on a lot of good points. They split the first two games. Like you said, the Bears have a great running defense. Got to be a little bit concerned about the Packers defense. They had in those first two games they had one sack on Caleb Williams. So you kind of have to wonder if they're going to be able to get enough pressure on him. He's a mobile quarterback. He's done a lot better this year than he did last year. They got a good offense. And the question is can Love stay on the field? Both teams have kind of backed into the playoffs. You talked about the
Mhm.
Packers. Bears lost the last two. Caleb's missed two of the last four games. I'm with you. I think if you're kind of just picking the winner, I think you got to go with the home team.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this game? Oh, Gato.
I'm going to go with the over 45.5 on this one. I'm expecting, to your point, Angela, the Packers, kind of lacking on the defensive side. Bears, can give up some points also. I'm looking at a 24-27 type of ball game, which would put clearly at the over. I'm looking for some offense in this game. I don't know exactly what the weather will be like in Chicago. I imagine it'll be cold, and I imagine the field will be a little slow, but I'm looking for offense. I'm looking for Caleb to perform, looking for the Bears running game to, you know, gain some chunk yardage. And I'm hoping Love, if I'm picking the over, can produce offensively with his offensive weapons, and Jacobs can start that running game. And we'll see if both defenses can be somewhat weak and have a up and down game. That's what I'm hoping for. I want to see some offense for this game, so I'm going to go with the over on it.
Yeah. Hey, so my second pick is going to be Bills at the Jaguars. I am going with the Bills -1. Bills have won six straight wild card games. This is a matchup of the number one rushing offense with the Bills and the number one rushing defense with the Jags. So this game pretty much comes down to quarterbacks, Allen against Lawrence. And I think with Josh Allen, he's got the more experience. Josh Allen all day long for me. I'm going with Bills -1. What are your thoughts on this game, Henry?
Well, you got a Jags team that really looked great yesterday. I mean, last week they played all their starters. They looked really good. Trevor Lawrence, he might be the hottest quarterback right now. And I think you could argue these might be the two best teams in the AFC. Obviously, the Patriots would have something to say about that. You got James Cook, who's been had a great year, but he's going against a tough Jags run defense. Bills put up 28 points a game. Jags put up 25 points a game. This is very similar. The line's very similar to the game we just talked about. I think you got to go with the home team. If you're just trying to pick a winner, just go with the home team.
All right. What are your thoughts on this game? El Gato.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jacksonville as well. I'm gonna, the home dog, right? Um, Defensively, Jags are strong. Lawrence undoubtedly having his best year as an NFL quarterback. Maybe the Jags are ready to cross that hump or get over that hump and have somewhat of a changing of the guard in the AFC. With Casey out, maybe it's time for a team to step up and get the Bills out in this first round. If there's a team that can do it right now, it'd be Jacksonville. By the way, they've played all year. They're at home. They've got the defense. Will that X out Josh Allen's propensity to, put a team on his shoulders and will them to win? We'll find out. We'll find out if the Jags defense will step up and finally, put the foot down and say, you know what, it's our turn now to make a run into the playoffs. I'll take Jacksonville in this one.
All right. Hey, Henry, do you have a third pick for us?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the game that's got the biggest spread of the playoffs. Panthers plus 10.5 at home against the Rams. Obviously, we saw this game play out, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. Panthers pulled off the home win. You got Panthers, they're this group is new to the playoffs. Panthers haven't been in the playoffs since 2017. Obviously, the Rams won Super Bowl a couple years ago. Got a much more experienced Rams coach, Rams quarterback. You got the inexperienced Panthers. I think it just comes down to 10.5 points is too big for an NFL playoff game. The home team is getting the points. The back door is going to be open if the Rams are up 14, 17 points late and the game's over. That doesn't mean the back door is closed. I'll take the 10.5.
All right. Hey, what are your thoughts on this game, El Gato?
Yeah, I see what Henry is saying. However, not so fast, my friend.
That's okay.
I'm gonna count on a Rams team coming in refocused, a coaching staff coming in refocused, Stafford coming in, Puka, and the rest of that defensive side of the ball for the Rams. I mean, they know what happened in Carolina last time. That, of course, that's a regular season. This is a different type of ball game now. It's win or go home. I think the Rams will perform the way they do. I'm looking for about a 28-14 type of ball game, which would provide the cover. But, Henry's right. You're always looking at that backdoor cover with that 10.5 spread. But I'm looking at a solid 28-14 type of ball game. So I'll take the Rams on this one. I think Carolina, I saw them last week against Tampa. I mean, they had a chance to really step up and make a statement and claim that division by themselves without relying on someone else to help them. They didn't do it. They had all the opportunities. Tampa has been, they played so poorly the last half of the season, couldn't get it done. So that's why I'm going to take the Rams on this one.
All right. Hey, so in this game, I'm going with the Panthers getting 10 and a half. It's crazy to think that a team that has a losing record has home field advantage in this game, and they're a huge underdog. But anyway, Rams do have the number one overall offense, but they actually really haven't been clicking, which is unusual. They were at the beginning of the season, but
Mhm.
lately, as of late, they haven't. Not to mention, they lost to Carolina the last time they met, and I think that was 6 weeks ago, week 13. They might win, but 10 and a half points. And when I say they might win, the Rams, but 10 and a half points is way too much. We always say double digits is just way too much. So
Mhm.
I'm going to go with the home dog in this one. Give me the Panthers. You have a fourth and fifth pick for us, El
Yeah, I have
Gato?
a couple. My first pick is Patriots and Chargers. Now, this, man, I'm really intrigued of this game. You know, the Chargers with a top seven, top 10 type of defense going up all the way to New England to play the Patriots. And with the Patriots, with that new coach, Vrabel, Drake May, MVP perhaps, Travion, solid running back, solid wide receivers, solid tight end. You know, a decent defense that's serviceable. I mean, they make their stops, but they also give up a little bit. But I don't know. The Patriots somehow are just playing some good football. It's minus 3.5. They're at home. That's almost a wash. I think the Patriots can pull this one out by a touchdown. They're going to be facing Herbert and a well-coached Harbaugh team, the way they always are. The thing is, once Patriots just need to get up on that Chargers defense and maybe get a little cushion and then hold on, like most teams do in the NFL. Once they get a lead, just run that clock out in the fourth quarter, hold on, and hope for a victory. So I think they can cover the 3.5. At least I'm hoping they do. I want to see the Patriots advance. Plus, they're one of my Super Bowl teams.
Yeah, I know you want them to advance.
You got a
Hey,
futures bet?
Yes.
hey, Henry, what are your thoughts on El Gato's pick?
Well, Gato, you hit on a lot of big points. You know, Drake being MVP talk. You know, they have 12 straight games with 24 plus points, but they've played the softest schedule in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I think the opposing coach, Jim Harbaugh, maybe he brings his brother John Harbaugh on for the week. But
Mm,
I'll take the 3.5. I think Jim Harbaugh will do enough to kind of muck up the game and keep it close.
hmm mm,
Yep. All right,
okay.
guys. Well, I am not picking a side in this one. I'm going to go with under 46. I think this is going to be a closer game than people think. But the only way for the Chargers to keep it close is to keep it low scoring. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Good
These are
point.
two top 10 defenses, and both teams like to run the ball. So I want to see a lot of handoffs and a lot of punts.
a lot,
So
a lot of
I
turnovers.
yeah, and so I'm going to go with under 46. But before we talk about your fifth pick, El Gato, it's crazy. Y'all mentioned Drake May because of the Patriots quarterback. There's three quarterbacks that have not been to the playoffs yet. This is their first time going to the playoffs. That's kind of crazy. May, Young, and Williams have not been to the playoffs. This is their first time. It's going to be interesting to see how they perform.
Nope.
That's right, because like I mentioned earlier, this is not the regular season.
No,
It's performing, right?
yep,
Are they ready for that spotlight? To lead a team to to a victory, right?
yep,
So we'll find out.
yep.
So they took the spots of Mahomes, Lamar, and the Lions quarterback who escapes me right now.
Golf.
Off, yeah.
Gosh, yeah,
Yep.
and Dax.
He's
I,
always
I
hoping.
I had to throw that jab in there. I just had to. Don't forget Prescott.
Forget
Hey,
that.
El Gato, you got a fifth pick for us?
One more pick, and man, I can't wait to see this game because I haven't really watched the Texans a whole bunch this year. I've seen a bunch of their highlights, but as far as live games, but I'm really looking forward to this game. Texans minus 3.5, traveling to Steelers, who got into the playoffs by divine intervention, right? Did
Gato,
okay.
the line is three.
It's three. What did I say? Three and a
Three
half?
and a half. Yeah,
All right.
it's
Even
three.
better.
Yeah.
Even better. I'll take the Texans minus 3. You know, the Steelers barely got into the playoffs, winning at home against the Ravens. I'm sure you guys watched at least I hope most of that game because it that fourth quarter was one of the most exciting quarters I've seen in a
That's
long
crazy.
time, with each team fighting, not physically, not literally, but fighting athletically to try to make it into the playoffs. And it came down to a rookie kicker, with all the pressure, and he just couldn't get it done. But hats off to the Steelers, by the way, they came back. But getting back to the Steelers, I mean, they're going to be facing a Texans defense that is top ranked. They're fast. They hit hard. They're mean. They have the demeanor of their coach, which is, it's all downhill attack. And they've got the defensive ends to attack Rodgers. I mean, we saw Rodgers a little bit try to scramble. He couldn't even outrun a defensive lineman to the sideline. He had to go down.
Yeah.
So will he be able to escape the Texans' attack defense? That's really what it's going to come down to, in my opinion. The Texans' defense versus Rodgers and maybe a limited type of offensive style they have. I mean, they barely beat a Ravens defense that is not very good. I mean, the Ravens defense was very porous. Do they have enough offense? Do the Texans have enough offense to win? Yeah, they have some good wide receivers. They have a decent running game, and Stroud came on the last half of the season, where during the first half of the season that offensive line was just awful. The guy was getting killed almost every game. Somehow they squared up they solidified that offensive line, and they went on a 9-game streak, it seemed like. It became one of the forces in the AFC. So I'll take the Texans defense, even on the road. Defense travels, right? Defense travels.
Yeah.
I think they can beat the Steelers at Pittsburgh. So I'm taking the Texans on this one.
All right, Henry. Hey, what are your thoughts on this game?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head, Elgato. Is it the Texans defense or is it the experience of the Steelers quarterback and the Steelers coach?
Mhm.
What does it come down to? Um, I don't know. I mean, the Steelers are getting DK Metcalf back. I think that's got to be a positive. Texans defense is tough, though. I think you nailed it, though. I don't know what Aaron Rodgers is kind of a statue back there. I'm not. I mean, obviously he's got the experience, but I think in a low scoring game, and you guys hit on the weather, I think I take the points and the experience with the Steelers.
I'm going to go with the Texans in this game. Texans by far have the best defense in these playoffs. And what do they say? Defenses win championships. The
Yeah.
teams with the number one defense rarely lose in the first round. Steelers are bottom of the pack in offense and defense rankings. 25th or worse in both. Rodgers will need a lot of magic to win this one. And like you said, he just can't run like he used to. So, and they're going to be putting some pressure on him. So I think the Texans pull off an easy win against the Steelers.
Oh, easy win.
Now,
Touchdown.
don't forget
Touchdown win in the playoffs is pretty large. Yeah.
my,
Yeah.
my my Steelers have won 4 out of 5.
Your
Oh,
Steelers. Oh, now it's personal.
your Steelers, just like your Patriots.
It's like my Patriots.
Hey, so Elgato, do
Yeah.
you have a lock for us?
You know what? I do have a lock. And I'm gonna go back to the Texans Steelers game. I think the I think the Texans are just they're gonna win this game by a touchdown, 4-point game, 6-point game, somewhere there. Looking at about a 20-14 type of game, 23-17 type of game. And that would provide for the cover. And I'm really intrigued about this game, to tell you the truth. Another game I like, of course, the Patriots, but that Bills Jacksonville game, that's going to be. We'll know a lot on where this league is heading if Jacksonville can pull off that win, because will that mean that the Bills window is now shut? I mean, the windows in the NFL are 3 to 5 years at most, right? Before they start losing players to free agency, people retire. Mahomes, gets a cracked knee, right? And that sometimes is the downfall of a elite quarterback. Has the Bills, if the Bills losing, will that, close their window? And then we see a new batch of teams coming up. We'll see maybe Jacksonville and Patriots rise to the top, or we'll see the Chargers and the Broncos on the west side of the AFC take over the Chiefs. Patriots and Jacksonville take over what the Bills and Ravens have produced the last 5 to 6 years. It's going to be interesting.
Darnold too. Don't leave him out.
Talk about good
Darnold.
defense. You know,
Oh, with the
Seahawks.
Seahawks. God dang, you're right. There's a lot of good games. A lot
Yeah.
of good teams.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
Hey, Henry, any final thoughts?
I guess as long as my Indiana Hoosiers win the college natty.
Oh my God. Woo.
Man, you have all the good teams. Did you actually pick the Hoosiers to win it all at the start of
Now,
the year?
my teams are all very fluid. Very
Oh
fluid.
yeah. Hey, me too, man. I get on that train and that wagon as easily as anyone else, for sure.
I'm rooting for Ole Miss. Hey, thanks to our listeners for listening to Five Picks and a Chick. Hit the subscribe and like button on our YouTube channel. You can also find us wherever you get your favorite podcast. Thank you, Henry, for being with us.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Henry.
And thank you to El Gato for being part of Five Picks and a Chick. 1, 2, 3. Bet. That's right.
That's a wrap.